How to pay off debt faster. Sometimes you may need more money. One way to do this is to borrow. Loans are available. Credit cards for friends and even to purchase things. Borrowing money can help you meet your immediate financial requirements. But it can have a negative impact on your financial life. You may not be aware that all types of debt have the exact same effect. Financial freedom is possible, but you must first understand how to make it happen. You must be aware of your most damaging debts if you want to achieve success in life. Which is why I will share this video. These are the 4 types of debt you should avoid. If you are new to the channel, click the subscribe button below to get more information. Life-changing content. Number 1. Credit card debt. Credit cards were always going to be there. Having a credit card makes it simple. You can buy the items you want. Even if you don't have the cash right now, it's still possible to pay with a credit card. Credit cards have become so simple that many people don't know how much they've spent. They can spend more than they can afford on short credit cards. But be careful, you might end up with high interest rate. High interest rates are often associated with credit card debts that are serious. They can reach as high as 29% and they can be so debilitating. These high interest rates can have a negative impact on your financial situation. You have $1,000 credit card debt, and you don't pay it. You could end up spending an additional $270 on your time. This amount of interest can be more than dollars. If you don't pay interest on your credit cards, the interest will increase over time. You need to be aware of some common credit card debt causes. Eliminating them is one of the primary reasons people have. Credit card debt occurs because the borrower does not have a budget. Some people believe a budget is unnecessary or a waste of money. A budget, however, is important for time management. You must have a budget if you want to avoid debt. You can find out if your spending is too high on one spending area. It helps you plan more effectively by allowing you to choose a different category each month. Your monthly spending at the start of each month. You can allocate a certain amount to diverse needs, and thus reduce your expenses. Spending too much, such as buying a cup of coffee every day, is not an innovative idea. You will spend $30 to $150 per month on a cup of coffee. Coffee costs about $1 to $5, but it is possible to get a lot more if you're willing to spend more. If you make your own coffee, it will cost around 16 to 18 cents. Each cup costs just $6 a month if you compare the cost of buying coffee from outside and making your own. You'll be amazed at how much money you can save by making your own coffee. A budget will allow you to think clearly. Another way to reduce unnecessary spending is to avoid credit card debt to avoid impulse buying. You can easily fall into the trap of purchasing many items that you don't need. Because you don't have cash, you can use a credit card. Don't feel guilty about spending too much because you are paying with your money. This can be avoided by purchasing items with a card. Listen and, if possible, get rid of your credit card. Spend your money wisely and only purchase items that you can afford. Sometimes it means shopping for related items at a lower price. If you are looking to get rid of credit, then purchase a product from a lower brand. Card debt. Then you have to do everything possible to repay your balance. Pay your credit card debts on time. The accumulation of debts causes you to owe more. Payday loan debt is another type of debt that you need to pay. Payday loans are something to avoid. There are many financial institutions that offer loans. Due to its short repayment term, it has the highest interest rates. A payday loan is a short-term, emergency loan that is due back in full. A high interest rate is always accompanied by it. When it comes to borrowing, payday loans may be able to offer you a loan as high as 50% of your expected salary. Payday loans are available to those who have an immediate need. These loans are available to those who cannot wait to receive their salary deducted from your next paycheck immediately. People like payday loans for the interest and the convenience. Because of its ease, you can apply for the loan online and receive it in a matter of days. Once your application has been approved, you will be paid in minutes. This makes it seem like a fair deal to people who need emergency funds. But it's the interest rate for this type of product. The cost of a loan can be high and could have benefits and disadvantages. For every $100 you spend, you could be charged up to $20. Payday loans are not easy to repay. This high interest rate is only for a few weeks. For some, the interest rate continue to rise and accumulate. Failure to repay the loan within the agreed period is another problem. It can lead to financial instability. Payday loan holders must continue taking payday loans to make ends meet. Consider taking out half your salary to meet financial needs. You'll still have some money left over after payday. You may have money left over, so you might be forced to apply to another job. It keeps you in an endless cycle of debt by lending to you. A payday loan is easy to get, but it may not be the best option. They are dangerous and you should avoid them at all cost. It is better to ask a family member or friend to support you. Cash in the short term or opening a credit line will be possible. You will not be at risk of falling if you pay lower or zero interest. Spiral debt number 3. Auto loan debt. Auto loan debt is a type of debt many people struggle with. High interest rates and debt can quickly lead to you being in debt. I will share with you ways to avoid paying this type of debt. This video will show you how to buy a car before you make any purchases. Make sure you plan carefully before buying a car. If you don't have one, you can plan to repay it. You can either create one right away or you could pay for it on credit. I know how good it is to get in your car and be greeted by the new car. If it's your dream car, smell it. You should not go into debt just to purchase a car. You should also consider purchasing a car you can afford, or a used vehicle. Used cars are more affordable if you don't want it to die. It will serve the same purpose and be as useful as a new vehicle. The basic function of a car's motor is to transport you from one place or another. Even a used car can perform this function. Another reason people take a used car is that it will serve the same purpose. They cannot afford to borrow money to purchase cars. It is just as if you had a budget for yourself. You will also need to budget for groceries and other essentials. Before you apply for a loan, you should know how much you can afford to buy a car. You can quickly research online how much a car costs. These are your monthly payments. Don't forget to mention this when you visit the dealer. Before you make the purchase, bargain with the dealer. You might be able to negotiate with them to get reduced cost. You can also reduce your debt repayments by up to $1,000. Pay your auto loan as quickly as you can. If you wait, it may take longer to pay. Allow you to pay less each time, but if you pay off your loan as quickly as possible, you will pay less interest by putting more money down to make the down payment. This will reduce both the time and amount you will have to pay back. Before you buy an auto, you'll have to pay interest. You need to be able to see that the actual cost of a car does not include the loan. The amount you spend on it, but there are daily costs as well. Most people don't put fuel, maintenance or repairs cost. Consider that even after they have bought their car, they still need to spend a lot. Unable to repay the loan and continue to live with it. Debt number 4. Student debt. Another type of debt you should avoid is the one that is referred to as other. Many graduates leave school with debt, while others do not have a plan. It's a good thing, especially if you have a degree. There are very few chances of paying off the debt. It is difficult, and it is best to avoid it after you graduate from college. It can be very detrimental to your financial health to have debts. It can make it difficult to save money for future purchases, such as a house or car. You can even start investing in your retirement, and you will have thousands of dollars. Mental drain can result from dollars of debt. It hangs over you like an overhanging cloud, but there are ways to decrease or eliminate it. I want to avoid student debt. The best way to avoid student loan is to create a plan before you even step foot. You can find a job in college while you are still in high school. Start saving money for school. This can help to reduce the cost of your final payment. Another thing to do is to look at schools that aren't too expensive. Private universities can be expensive. You might be able to find a school in your area that offers the same degree for less money. You want to learn another way to lower the amount. Reduce your student living costs and reduce the cost of schooling to avoid getting into debt. If you want to avoid getting into debt, you will have to live with the hardships now. If it's possible to attend school at home, then do it. It will help you save money and make you a lot more successful when you graduate. If that is not an option, you might also consider getting a roommate to share a room. Rent and you'll pay less than if you were renting the apartment by itself. In short, if you want financial success, you need to learn how to. These debts are not worth the risk. If you are ready to change your life from the one you have to the one you deserve, then click the subscribe button.